We're entering Week 15, and every fantasy decision is under a microscope.
Running backs are more important than ever, but backfield committees continue to create uncertainty. Let's break down what happened in Week 14 and what it means for your playoff lineups. In Tampa Bay, Bucky Irving is back in the lead role, finishing with 17 touches for 81 yards and a receiving touchdown.
But the committee isn't done shaking things up.
Rachaad White jumped from 5 touches last week to 12 against the Saints, and Sean Tucker re-emerged with 7 touches and a goal-line score. The Bucs leaned heavily on the run in a negative game script, giving all 3 backs fantasy relevance. Irving remains a solid RB2 for the playoffs, while White and Tucker are risky flex plays but worth rostering in deeper formats for insurance.
Seattle continues to frustrate fantasy managers.
Kenneth Walker logged 11 touches for only 28 yards, while Charbonnet added 9 touches for 66 yards and looked more effective.
The Seahawks didn't need to ride the run once they pulled ahead, leaving Walker as little more than a touchdown-dependent flex. If you have better options, it's worth considering them for the postseason. Miami offered both excitement and caution.
Achane left with a rib injury but avoided a fracture, finishing with 105 total yards and a touchdown. Jaylen Wright stepped up with 24 carries for 107 yards and a score. Achane remains one of the best playoff plays if healthy, but Wright should be added as insurance, and other managers might want him stashed just in case. Pittsburgh's run game was nearly non-existent, yet Jaylen Warren still managed 62 total yards and a touchdown, while Kenneth Gainwell added 42 yards and a score. The offense funneled much of its action through the passing game, giving Warren a safe floor in PPR formats, while Gainwell remains a viable flex for deeper rosters.
Finally, the Titans delivered a statement performance.
Pollard exploded for 161 yards and 2 touchdowns against a stout Browns defense, re-establishing himself as a top RB2 play for the fantasy playoffs.
Tyjae Spears added 47 yards on 10 touches but remained clearly secondary.
Pollard's workload confirms his status as the primary option, though Spears should still be rostered for depth in case of injuries or split touches. Volume, opportunity, and matchup will define playoff success, and these backfields highlight the importance of staying flexible. Knowing who is truly playable versus a risky flex can make all the difference in your championship run.